Hello London, we are ready for your vote.
Hello, I'm Stephen Perkins and this is Douze Pois, the Eurovision podcast from the team behind Binge Watch. It is Monday the 6th of May and you know what that means, it's Eurovision Week 2024. Needless to say, you can expect significantly more podcast action than usual from us this week, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to quickly run through what's going to be happening, both in terms of Eurovision schedule and our release schedule. But first, let's take a quick look at the headlines. First of all, the draw has taken place to see which half of Saturday's grand final the Big Five will be competing in. Sweden, as the host nation, already had their place allocated by random draw several months ago and will be the first country to perform on Saturday. As you'll remember from our news blast 2 weeks ago, there are now 3 options in the draw: first half, second half and producer's choice. The third option there meaning that the producers have entirely free rein on where they think your song should go. Following the draw, Germany and the United Kingdom will be performing in the first half, France will be performing in the second half, and Italy and Spain have both drawn Producer's Choice. I would be very surprised if Italy don't end up in the second half too, but it will be very interesting to see where they decide to place Spain. In other news, Joanna Lumley has been confirmed as the United Kingdom's jury spokesperson for Saturday night's final. The announcement was made on The One Show on Friday, with Joanna saying in a statement, "I am delighted to be announcing the jury vote for the UK at this year's Eurovision. It's such a fabulous honour to give the iconic Douze Pois." Sadly, I don't think she was referring to this podcast, but let's just pretend she was. And finally, SVT have confirmed that lots of big stars will be making guest appearances in this year's live shows. Eleni Ferreira, who finished in second place for Cyprus in 2018, Eric Saade, who finished third for Sweden in 2011, and Chanel, who finished third for Spain in 2022, will open Tuesday's semi-final with the song United by Music, a celebration of the fact that you don't actually have to win the contest outright to still be a winner at Eurovision. Not just that, but we can expect some Eurovision All-Stars performing in the intervals. Johnny Logan, the original Eurovision double winner, or triple if you count songwriting credits, will be performing on Tuesday, presumably as a gesture of solidarity from Sweden now that Loreen gets to share his record. Also performing on Tuesday is Benjamin Ingrosso, who finished 7th for Sweden in 2018 and has recently been across Europe on his Better Days tour, which I had the privilege of seeing in London, so I can confirm that Benjamin puts on a hell of a show. Then on Thursday, we'll be getting 3 of Eurovision's most iconic divas uniting for the world's biggest sing-along. Charlotte Perrelli, who won for Sweden in 1999, Sertab Erener, who won for Turkey in 2003, and Helena Paparizou, who won for Greece in 2005. The performance will involve an interactive TV wall, which you can be part of if you so choose. Details on how to take part will be revealed on Eurovision's social channels very soon. Right, with all that taken care of, let's take a quick look at the schedule for this week. Of course, we've got the 3 main live TV broadcasts, but there are actually 9 shows in total taking place at the Malmo Arena this week, because each stage of Eurovision gets 2 preview shows before the live performance. These are broken down into an evening preview, an afternoon preview, and the live event. So, the evening previews, which take place on Monday for semi-final 1, Wednesday for semi-final 2, and Friday for the grand final, are full run-throughs of the televised shows. They used to be known as the jury shows, although now that the semi-finals are televote only, that only really applies to the Friday show for the grand final. And what that means is that when the national juries cast their votes, they will be voting on the performances that they saw from the Friday evening show, rather than the one on Saturday that we're all watching. All of these versions include a results section, where the results are randomly generated to allow the presenters to rehearse for the real thing. The afternoon previews take place, as you might have guessed, in the afternoon before the live shows, so Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. These are once again full run-throughs of the live show, which serve as the final dress rehearsal for the performers and crew. They're often referred to as the family shows because the timing makes them more convenient for people who want to bring young children to Eurovision. Again, each show will include a results section, but it is randomly generated for rehearsal purposes. And the others need no introduction. The live shows will be held at 9 PM Central European Time, that's 8 PM for UK viewers, on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, with no randomised simulations. This time the results are all for real. And as for me, haha, you'll see. No, seriously, I will be here several more times this week. On Wednesday, I'll be releasing a semi-final 1 reaction podcast. That's going to be recorded right after the live broadcast, and then there'll be another reaction podcast for semi-final 2 available on Friday. On Saturday, I will be releasing a look ahead to the grand final, making some last-minute predictions. Then on Sunday, I will have a quick mini-episode recorded in the aftermath of Saturday's show with some off-the-cuff reactions, and that will be followed by a more measured Eurovision 2024 recap episode next Monday. And then after that, this podcast will be going on hiatus for a little while, allowing me to have a long lie down in a darkened room. So if you haven't done so already, now would be a great time to hit subscribe and make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. And you can also follow us on Twitter at bingewatch_pod or at Stephen Perkins for more updates. Hope you're excited for this week. I know I am. See you after the first semi-final. Until then, good night Europe and good morning Australia.